back. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be diving into the Word this week, see what we can learn from it, see what God's teaching us. It's going to be easy. We're going to be in the book of Joshua, early part of the Bible. You have Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua. If you get to Judges, you've gone too far. The Psalms, way too far. New Testament, you're not even there. It's in the Old Testament. Joshua. One of the great things I love about the Bible is that it shows us great men and women of God, heroes that we can emulate our lives like. But also what I love about it is it shows the good and the not so good. It shows things of where they messed up. Now, why would that be important? Well, we can learn from their mistakes so we don't do the same things. We may not be in the exact same battles that Joshua was in, but we can learn some of the principles that he could have applied to make his life better and successful for the people of God. We're going to be looking in the book of Joshua. What's going on at this point? Joshua's had an amazing run already. He's crossed the river, have Jericho, as we know, marched around. There was the battle of Ai. Now, you know, he did not seek the Lord. And what happened? Achan had kept some stuff from Jericho. Ai was a defeat, but he turned around and sought the Lord. The Lord revealed to him what was going on. They defeated Ai. And now there's other kings that are getting together and they are being wiped out. At this point in the story, there is the Gibeonites, who have realized we need to come up with another plan. We cannot fight Joshua, so we will try to trick Joshua. Now, they dressed up in older clothes, and they were only like 20, 25 miles away, but they made it look like they came from a far away journey. So what did? They had their clothes old, they had bread that was moldy, and wineskins that were older, and they said, hey, look, we've come from far away. You've got to have pity on us. Create a treaty. Let's see what happens to Joshua and see what lesson we can learn. Chapter 9, verse 14 says this: Then the men of Israel took some of their provisions, but they did not ask counsel of the Lord. So, verse 15, so Joshua made peace with them and made a covenant with them to let them live, and the rulers of the congregation swore to them. Now, the story goes, it turns out really bad. They learn in the next few days that these people were not from a faraway land, but they were part of the ones that they were sent to destroy. And it goes on, God takes care of what's going on, but, he honors the covenant they made, so they do protect the Gibeonites, they become servants, and this battle goes on for centuries that could have been prevented. Did you catch that last part in verse 14? He did not seek the Lord. Now, how does that apply to us? Well, it's pretty obvious. Just because the decision makes sense to you, if you're faced with a decision in your life, you should seek the Lord, even if you think it makes sense, because God knows all, and he sees the big picture. And it may have looked very convincing for their clothes to be old, their bread to be old, their wine to be old, but truth is they were being deceptive. And if he had sought the Lord, who knows what change could have happened. Hey, Christian, that's the encouragement this week. On whatever decision you have to make, seek the Lord. He's there for you. Let's see what happens next week.